Okay, so this vlog today starts in the crypt because that's where my camera was, because it was down here from last night when I had a party down here, which was, it was interesting. It was quite fun, but I always think it's more fun to go to parties than host them yourself. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see there's lots of drinks and things on the table, and tissues on the floor from numerous spillages. That is a dunce hat which I wore because I was, it was a party as going as kind of semi-iconic, recognisable at least, singers from the past, and I was Kate Bush from this quite recognisable outfit. Yeah, I think I can put a picture up here if I can be bothered to put the outfit on again. Anyway, the fact that I'm talking about the party and I'm in the cellar is quite helpful because today I'm going to show you around my garden. I'm not exactly sure why, but yesterday we spent quite a lot of time outside to help people who are feeling a bit drunk. And for the first time this year, I was able to sit out in the garden and look at the stars, which sounds a bit weird, but I like doing it in the summertime. And I know it's only April, but it was quite warm yesterday, and so I think I can start doing that for the year now. So here we are in my garden. Now, this is my garden, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see actually, it's split into like 3 parts on 3 different levels. So when I was younger and friends used to come over, it was like, so this is your garden? And is this your garden? And this is your garden too? And my response to such statements was pretty much, yes, all 3 parts are my garden. Feel free to run around a bit now. So on a tour of my garden, let's start at the very bottom. Okay, so here at the end we have a gap. Now there didn't used to be this like big built up garage here, so it was really easy for us to like jump off this little ledge into the road, which I probably still could do now, but I don't think it would be much fun because the drop isn't actually that big. Here is a bush which I used to pick berries off. Of course I never eat them because they're really not edible, but they were fun to pick and I could imagine I was doing something useful. And then here is a nice column that I always used to stand on. Let's do that now, holding a camera. Yes, that's down the road. This is where a greenhouse used to be. Now it is a vegetable patch. There my mum's just planted some carrots today. Some sweet peas are going somewhere. And there's some runner beans in there as well. And here, this wall, underneath this tree, is where I sit and look at the stars. So if you come out here late on a summer evening when it's actually dark and there are stars in the sky, as few stars as there are in this inner city area, you'll see me looking a bit like this. Watching this back now, I realise how utterly horrible that wall looks. But you have to accept that what I see is this. Again, when it's dark and there are actually a few stars. Another thing I remembered when out in the garden today was that I looked at this wall, not very high, and it used to take me a long time by putting the hose pipe around that and climbing up the wall to get from the floor to there. That was like 10 years ago. It just looks funny now. That used to take me like 5 minutes. Anyway, if we carry on up the garden path, we come to the steps, which will take us onto probably the area of my garden I've had the longest relationship with, the patio. The days of kicking footballs around, having paddling pools and a dining table there in the summer. Plants, railings, which I used to paint with water. I know it's nothing particularly special, and of course I've always loved to live in the country, which kind of links into what David was asking the other day. My dream house is pretty much anywhere in the country. I was saying just the other day actually, if I have a small house in the country, I don't care how small. As long as it's in a small country village, anywhere, I'll be happy. I don't like the city. I mean, it's okay, but I live for the country. Really, anywhere outside for me is good, whether it be covered in concrete and surrounded by other houses or not. I don't think there's anything else for me to address, so... Rob, I'll see you on Friday!